Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's July 6, 2024. I'm down here at the conversion area for the canal system and trying to make a very nice pond down here. And I came down this morning to work here, and I'll show you where I've been working in just a minute. But the problem is I've got this persistent spring-fed situation here where the water's continuously running down, and then I have a high area here with a couple of decent trees that I don't want to disturb, a whole cluster of trees that the beavers have all knocked down. I mean, it's like a big cobweb, and these aren't little trees either. And what's happening is, because the slope goes in this direction, it's forcing the water to come down here, and there's no direct path for this to make its way over the canal system. And this is so soft that I sink in a good foot. So there's no way for me to get any pieces of equipment out there without burying the equipment. So what I did this morning, we'll just ride over there real quick to the area. The whole area that I've been working on this week. So I parked Elon over there, and I took down several trees that I've got to cut up and see if I can get out of there. Just trying to make a connection over to the other side, but there's only so far I can go. I can't go over there right now because it's a real hassle trying to get over there. But the way that I went in, I'll show you on the other side of this canal system here. So I made my way in right in through this area here, and it's really wet. It's filling up with water in here a couple of places. So I'll be able to pack these areas down. This area really should have stone in here, but I've got several more trees to take out, and I've got a little bit of a crude canal that I'm digging over there, but no water's coming into it, unfortunately. Because I'd really like to redirect the water. It's lower over on the other side where we first were over there. So, just one of those frustrating challenges. Have to figure out how to connect an avenue for that water that's running into the pond system, which we're blessed to have, and get it to go where we want it to go so that the other area can dry up some, so that I can work in there and expand the pond and the channels for the beavers and all, so that they can enjoy this whole area. And replant the area as well, the islands that we create. So we'll let you know what we decide as the day goes on. It's time to go get some breakfast now. Well, I just had lunch. So the canal system's right up over here. And in the video, you were probably able to see me using Elon over there to dig up some of the area over on this side. We'll walk over there now. The way I was able to access there was to come through this area here. Lots of dead trees in here. Water table level right here is right up high. Tons of dragonflies here. And as you could see, as I cut off the root balls from some of the trees, I turn them upside down and sink them into these very wet spots. So these are all root balls all along in here so that I can try and drive on top of them. They will give some support to the tracks, but there's no way of getting a wheeled tool up here. You could just see how far I'm sinking down in here. So I'll cut a little bit of a drain over here to help drain some of the moisture that comes off the hillside over here. We'll talk about the hillside in a couple of minutes. Walk up over here. So when I first started excavating the sand, or removing the soil from the surface here, it looked pretty dry in there, but as you can see, water is flowing. Now this may be coming through this whole area and coming from the canal system here, but I'm leaving a bridge zone here to try and reduce. I didn't want to have the water drop over here and just fill into this location. So later on, I can take this section out and connect, but they will all be different levels. Okay, so I got some questions. One question was, well, how long do I think it'll take to get this pond to the point where I'm going to say, geez, it's set and all. Having said that, depending on what beaver do over time with it, there may be regular routine maintenance every couple of years. Planting more and more trees depending on how many trees they take out. So that's one thing. But the shortest period of time I could see me getting this to the point where I'm going to call it set would be a month to 2 months. That's best case scenario, and I don't anticipate that because already having challenges as I do right now. But the other question I did have was, do I want to have this to be a well-groomed, picturesque pond system? No, I want it very natural. So we're going to be replanting in here, and the depth of the pond will be different depths at different locations, because the flora and fauna all require, for a very diverse ecosystem, really require all the different depths of water for the systems to grow. And if we want to encourage the wildlife to be in here, having diversity is super important. Also, because who knows what got dumped into the land at the town dump, which is next door to our property, and they're mining the area. Who knows what contaminants are leaching through the gravel and the sand like this. So this is just a pure pocket of sand right here. You can see the walls are caving in from the water that's leaching from over in that direction. I wish more was leaching from up there where the little stream is, but I couldn't get any further because that's where all the beaver timbers were dropped. Let me see if I can walk around here. So this is still way too wet to be able to get a piece of equipment. You can see the topsoil on here is really, really beautiful topsoil. And so all of these plants and all, we want to make sure that we maintain as many of those as possible on the property, on this pond reconstruction here. We'll walk around here. Yeah, it's getting real wet right in here. So I've got to get to the point where I can get over into this area so that I can make sure that the area can dry out. So the water coming down from uphill, up there where the spring-fed well is, it's working its way down and it's getting diverted sideways here. But it's way too wet for me to be able to do anything. I'll bury the equipment. I've already buried it enough times over there with it. And so these are where some of the poplars are here. And there's no way for me to dig out to pull out all those logs yet, or to bring out these big logs. It's really got to dry up, and I'm going to have to take out some stone walls to fill in on top of those root balls. I don't know if I said that yet. But there is water coming down. So these are all beaver channels. I wish there was another beaver channel here. I'd love to be able to get down into here and make the channel. Otherwise, what I may have to do is, let me see if I can work my way around here without falling down. Okay. So this is where the beaver knocked down a few of the poplars here. And I got some dead ones, but I do have this real nice maple right here. This big one I'm talking about, not the little one in front of me. You can see the waters were, now I'm right into mud, sloppy mud here again. But I've got such a mud hole up there. But if I could get down here and maybe take this poplar out and make a channel down in here somehow. Tricky work with the excavator digging in this, so instead of letting the water go this way and then saturate this whole area, see if I can get it to come down into here and save the root ball for this maple. So this maple's root ball is right out here. It's intertwined with this poplar here. But I've got a few ash trees. I don't care about those. They're going to die anyway, so I could take those out. And I got a poplar there. And there's another ash there. That might be I can't tell from here. I think that's another poplar there. So coming in through here may be a way to direct the water and throw the soil over on this side to try and slow the water from going this way and redirect it in this direction here towards where I just excavated. We got so many downed trees here. Just getting the water to go in the right direction. The other possibility is going in through the forest up there. But that's a beautiful place. That's a natural feeding place for all the wildlife. Lots of beautiful oak trees there. They did come right up over here, and they harvested a lot of the bark from this poplar they dropped, even though it flipped up over these other poplars here. Little angels. I don't know, maybe coming through this way. Decisions. Maybe trying to come in through this way. I don't know, it's real wet there. But maybe I can make it happen. And then cut down through here. This is one of the deer trails going through here, which I just blocked off with my sand pile. Otherwise, coming up, there's a poplar there, but we got some really big, beautiful oak trees there. It's a great feeding place for all the deer, squirrels, rabbits, everybody's in there all the time. Okay, I'm going to stop recording now and see if I can decide where I'm going to start working next. You'll know when I know. Here we go.
Let me face I'm hot, dear. Blindness hidden in this pain. Friends will never be lost. as we surrender to their games, as we surrender. Taste been told, still don't we grow. A humble hands shake low. Still don't we grow. A humble hands shake low. These souls we've sold, the kingdom we believe to own. Through salvation we may not find in these dungeons that we've grown. Soon there'll be none left to blame. Hindsight hides alongside shame. Friends will never be lost as we surrender to their games, as we surrender. Taste been told, so don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake low. Humble hands shake. Taste been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. A taste been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. A taste been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. Taste been told, still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low. 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 Still don't we grow. Humble hands shake low.
Well, we did have a washout while I was trying to finish making this small pathway for the water to make its way down. So I opened up this the stream from the spring-fed well, and I was able to get a lot of it. I got to get back down in there, but it was pouring. We got about a half an inch of rain and maybe half an hour, I'm guessing. Still going to take these two trees out later on. And this was just roughed in. Got a lot of trees piled up over here. And I've got a lot of the good soil. I didn't dig down into the sand down in there, and you may be able to see just about how far I was able to get down there, close to, right next to, so the water should be able to make its way down into that the pond there. It's still puddling up here because it's all just mud as I was finishing up. I did get you know, some of the trees moved around in here. Walk around here some. It's all muddy, muddy, muddy. So several of the trees are right here. There's a bunch more underneath it, and we'll see. We'll walk around here, and as you can see, it's quite a washout. So this is going to set me back a few days with the amount of rain we got here in such a short period of time. The goal is to try and dry out the area, to drain the area and dry it out so that I can clear what needs to be cleared, and then we design our shapes and our levels of the various pond cuttings that we make in here, where the islands and peninsulas will be, all of those sorts of things. You know, these places were dry on the surface. Of course, the deer flies are out now. That got soaking wet, so I'm not wearing that. This was just a little trickle before. And the water level's up a couple of inches in here now, because this gathers all the water from up above, and some of it comes up through the sand base as well. So this is where I took out the maple tree, the dead maple tree, yesterday or the day before. My days all run together. Well, there's a fair amount of water in there, in the area that I excavated out. And I could see water making its way down in there. So I left this bridge of soil here on purpose, and then I can always clean this out some and decide on what my shape will be. But I've got to bring stone in for the area that I accessed up in there. It's really way too soft. I buried the equipment now. I mean, I was burying it, and I had to use the excavator stick and boom to pull me out. Same thing over there as well. But you can sort of see where Pepe is over there, if you can see that far away. The slope just makes its way right down into the area. But I've got a lot of soil that's sort of occluding the general flow of it, so we'll want to do that. And I'm hoping that by doing this, I may have to do this in a couple of places, but we'll see. So this ash tree we're definitely going to keep. That maple we're going to keep. The ash tree on the other side I'll probably end up taking out. We'll go ahead and transplant a lot of maples, oaks, some locusts in here as well. May do some of the hazelnuts in here, and then a lot of the berry bushes as well. So we want to make this a nice little paradise for all the wildlife. So there'll be landlocked spots all around in here. And I may end up bringing down some boulders as well into the area. Just some of the ones that we've gathered from the property over the time. But and we'll be transplanting a lot of the the plants that typically grow on our all the hedges, the ferns, many of the water plants. We'll make sure that we get plenty of those around the margins as well. And we'll cast some seed out there as well for some of the plants. I can't think of the name right now of one of them. Beautiful red flower that grows native around here. So we'll get the reeds in, transplant some of the cattails down here as well. And so we want to have each layer, so we'll have different levels of soil, of depth of water in each area, so that we have different plant life and aquatic plant and animal life in each area as well. So that's the goal down here. So that's it for today's video. Got to wash out. These things will set us back a few days, but you know, if we have some winds and some nice hot arid days, things will work out a bit better for getting this done. But we'll keep our fingers crossed, and we'll accomplish what we can bit by bit as we can. We'll check off the list. Maybe I'll get some stone to fill in that area over there. I don't know. And I've got to pull a lot of the trees out of that location. I can't pull any out from over here yet until I get that entrance area there set. And so it's excavate, then clean up, then go in, plan where the next excavation site, so removing the stuff from the surface, and deciding how the pond will actually make its way into each of the areas, and still leaving as many good spots as we can, so it isn't just a big pond, it's a whole set of peninsulas and islands for the whole site and all. So that's the goal anyways. So again, that's it for today's video. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. Stay safe and take good care of yourselves. Bye bye now.